Have you ever had that uneasy feeling that someone might be watching you even when you are safe at home? It is not just your imagination. A recent study revealed that the average American is caught on camera or tracked by a device dozens of times a day, often without realizing it. For seniors, this can be especially concerning because the very tools meant to bring comfort and convenience are sometimes the ones quietly collecting your personal information. Today, I am going to show you 5 everyday places where your privacy is being invaded and you may not even know it. These are the places most of us trust, the things we use every single day, and yet they may be exposing details about your health, your habits, and even your conversations. The good news is, once you know where the risks are, you can take simple steps to protect yourself and feel safe again in your own space. Before we get started, I would love to hear from you. Where are you watching this video from and what time of day is it right now? Please leave me a comment below. I cannot wait to read it. And if you enjoy this video, hit the subscribe button, or if you do not, just tap like instead. Smart TV, the friendly screen that may also be watching. You think back for a moment to the television of your younger days, the one with its wooden frame, rabbit ear antennas, and maybe 3 or 4 channels you had to adjust by hand. It was simple, familiar, and felt like nothing more than a box that brought you the evening news or a favorite Saturday movie with the family gathered close. Today's television is a very different creature. What now sits in the living room looks more like a computer than a TV with streaming apps, internet connections, and sometimes even hidden cameras and microphones. At first, all those features sound wonderful. You can talk to your TV, watch shows on demand, and connect with other smart devices around the house. But with those modern conveniences comes a hidden cost. Each time you pause a program, scroll through channels, or skip an ad, your TV may quietly record that action and send the information elsewhere. Over time, companies build a profile of your habits, what you watch, what times you're usually home, even the news channels you prefer. That profile can be used to guess at your health, your spending patterns, or even your political opinions. For many seniors, that might sound unsettling. Imagine sitting in your living room chatting with a spouse about your medication or retirement budget, unaware that the microphone in your TV could be listening. Researchers at American universities have shown that some popular models transmit data to outside servers even when they are not actively being used. It is a troubling thought, and for older adults who value independence and privacy, it feels like a quiet invasion of the home. The risks extend further. Hackers have found ways to take control of built-in cameras, turning the TV into an unexpected window into your daily life. For seniors living alone, that possibility can add a heavy layer of anxiety, making a place meant for comfort feel uncertain. Yet, the story does not end there. You have tools at your disposal, and small steps can make a big difference. Start with your settings menu, turn off the camera and microphone functions. Place a small piece of tape over the camera for peace of mind. Consider using a separate streaming device such as Roku or Fire Stick, which often offers clearer privacy options. Update your TV's software regularly since manufacturers release patches to block security risks. And if you want the simplest solution, disconnect your TV from the internet when you are not streaming. Your television should be a source of entertainment, not a doorway into your personal life. With a few simple choices, you can reclaim that sense of control, keep your private moments safe, and continue to enjoy your favorite shows with peace of mind. Smartphone apps. The digital pickpocket in your pocket. For many older adults in America, a smartphone has become more than just a piece of technology. It has become a trusted companion. It is the device that reminds you to take your medications on time, the tool that helps you video chat with your grandchildren across the country, and the lifeline that keeps you connected to loved ones when you are feeling isolated. Smartphones make daily life easier, and for many seniors, they feel like a window to the world. Yet, behind that comfort, there is a quiet danger most people never notice until it has already taken something precious away. Many of the apps we download, especially the free ones, are not truly free at all. They come at a hidden cost, often asking for permissions they simply do not need. Imagine downloading a flashlight app only to find it requesting access to your location or your contacts. Why would a flashlight need to know where you are at 2 o'clock in the afternoon or who your friends are? The answer is simple: it does not. Those unnecessary permissions are often designed to gather personal information, build a profile about your habits, and sell that data to advertisers or even less trustworthy groups. For seniors, this problem can feel especially unfair. Many older adults grew up in a time when a product was exactly what it claimed to be, without hidden tricks buried inside. The idea that a simple game or weather app could quietly harvest personal data feels like a betrayal of trust. And because app permissions are often presented in confusing pop-up boxes, many seniors just tap accept without realizing what they are agreeing to. That small decision can give an app access to your microphone, your photos, or even your private messages. The results can be unsettling. Perhaps you have mentioned a new pair of shoes in a conversation with a friend, only to see advertisements for that exact brand appear on your phone a few hours later. Or maybe you search for information about arthritis treatments and suddenly your screen is filled with ads for unproven supplements promising miracle relief. These moments feel almost eerie, as if the phone is listening to your thoughts. In truth, it is not your imagination. Many apps track your conversations, your searches, and even your movements to target you with advertising, or worse, to make you vulnerable to scams. But do not let that fear overwhelm you, because there are clear and practical steps you can take to protect yourself. First, be selective about which apps you download. Stick to the official App Store or Google Play, and look for apps created by reputable companies you recognize. Before you hit install, take a moment to read the description and the reviews, making sure the app is truly what it claims to be. Second, once an app is installed, go into your phone settings and review the permissions. On iPhones, this is under Privacy, while on Android phones, it is under Apps or Privacy Dashboard. Turn off any access that does not make sense, like a puzzle game asking to use your camera or microphone. Another step is to delete apps you no longer use. Many people keep dozens of apps on their phones, forgetting about half of them. But those apps may still be quietly collecting data in the background. Regularly clearing out unused apps not only protects your privacy, but also makes your phone run faster. If you use an iPhone, enable app tracking transparency, which allows you to block apps from tracking your activity across other apps and websites. On Android, use the Privacy Dashboard to see which apps have been using your information and adjust the settings as needed. Taking these steps might feel intimidating at first, but remember, you do not have to be a technology expert to protect yourself. Think of it the same way you would think about locking your front door at night. It is simply a small habit that helps keep your personal life safe from unwanted eyes. Your phone should be a tool that empowers you, not a device that spies on you. By making a few careful choices and staying aware, you can continue to enjoy the freedom and connection that smartphones bring without sacrificing your peace of mind. And in a world that already feels more complicated with each passing year, that sense of control is worth protecting. Public cameras. You are always in the lens when you step outside. The moment you leave your front door, whether you're heading to the grocery store, walking into a pharmacy, or simply enjoying a cup of coffee at your favorite diner, chances are you are already on camera. Once upon a time, security cameras were grainy little devices used mainly to deter shoplifters, but today's systems are far more advanced and far more invasive. Modern surveillance does not just record a blurry image. It uses facial recognition technology to identify you, track your movements, and even connect that information to large databases you never agreed to join. A recent report from Georgetown Law revealed that more than half of American adults are already part of a facial recognition system, often without their knowledge or consent. For seniors, this reality can feel unsettling, as if ordinary routines, picking up medication, browsing through a department store, or strolling through a park suddenly mark you as a subject under suspicion. Instead of feeling free, you may sense an invisible weight, a quiet pressure that your every move is being catalogued by someone, somewhere. The risks go beyond discomfort. Facial recognition technology is not perfect, and errors in identification are surprisingly common. A false match could mean an awkward question from a security guard, or even a mix-up with law enforcement situations that are stressful for anyone, but particularly distressing for older adults who simply wanted to run an errand in peace. Beyond mistakes, the data collected can be sold to marketing companies who use details of your routines to flood you with targeted ads, making you feel as though there is no private corner left in your life. Imagine walking into a store to pick up a blood pressure monitor only to find your social media feeds filled with advertisements for related medical products before you even get home. These experiences are not coincidences. They are the result of interconnected systems quietly watching and recording. For seniors already facing the challenges of aging, the idea that personal health concerns might be broadcast through targeted ads can feel like an invasion of both privacy and dignity. Yet, it is important to remember that while the cameras may be difficult to escape entirely, you are not helpless. Awareness is the first step. Begin by noticing where cameras are likely positioned near store entrances, mounted on traffic lights, or tucked into the corners of hospital corridors. Once you are aware, you can take small steps to protect yourself. Something as simple as wearing sunglasses or a wide-brimmed hat can make facial recognition less effective. It does not need to be about hiding. It is about taking back a measure of control. Another simple habit is to avoid speaking sensitive personal information in spaces where cameras and microphones might be present. For example, when waiting in line at a pharmacy self-checkout, resist the urge to say your full address or medical details out loud. These may seem like small acts, but together they help reduce the amount of information tied to your image and movements. If you feel uneasy, do not hesitate to ask businesses about their camera policies. Many companies never expect customers to ask, and your questions could encourage greater transparency. On a larger scale, you can support organizations that advocate for stronger privacy laws, groups working to limit how facial recognition is used, and to ensure accountability. Every voice matters, and your concern can contribute to meaningful change. The world may feel increasingly monitored, but you still have the power to make choices that safeguard your independence. By staying aware, adopting a few protective habits, and lending your voice to calls for fairness, you can continue to live your daily life with confidence. Privacy is not a luxury reserved for the young or the tech savvy. It is a right, and with care, it is one you can continue to protect. Home Assistance, the helpful friend that is always listening. For many seniors across America, smart home assistants like Amazon Alexa or Google Home have become a kind of friendly companion. With just a simple voice command, you can hear your favorite oldies, set a reminder for your next doctor's appointment, or even call your grandchildren across the country without touching a single button. These devices bring comfort, convenience, and a sense of connection that feels especially valuable when you are living alone or spending long hours at home. Yet, behind that convenience hides a quiet concern that deserves your attention. The truth is, these assistants are always listening, even when you have not said their wake word. They are designed to pick up sound in the background, ready to respond at any moment. But that also means they sometimes capture conversations that were never meant to be recorded. Reports have confirmed that in certain cases, companies allowed employees to listen to snippets of these recordings to improve the system. While the intention might sound technical, the reality feels unsettling. No one expects their private talk about health, money, or family worries to be overheard by strangers in a distant office. For seniors, the thought of being listened to at home can stir up a deep sense of vulnerability. Imagine talking openly about the stress of managing rising prescription costs or sharing worries with a friend about your health, only to realize that your device may have quietly stored those words in the cloud. Even if nothing bad comes of it, immediately the idea alone can make your home feel less like a sanctuary and more like a place under silent observation. That emotional weight is real, and it can add to the invisible pressures already present in older age. The risks do not end there. Hackers have learned to exploit weaknesses in smart devices, gaining access to microphones and, in some cases, connected cameras. A single flaw in the system could turn your helpful assistant into an open door for unwanted intruders. For older adults who rely on these devices for reminders, daily routines, or even safety, the thought of such a breach can feel overwhelming. Thankfully, there are clear steps you can take to keep the benefits while reducing the risks. Start with the simplest habit. Mute the microphone whenever you are not actively using the assistant. Most devices have a small physical button or switch that shuts off listening, giving you peace of mind that your words are not being captured. In addition, go into the companion app, whether Alexa, Google Home, or Apple system, and delete your voice history on a regular basis. Many apps even allow you to set recordings to auto-delete every 3 months. Another smart choice is to limit how many other devices you connect. While it may be tempting to link your assistant with your smart doorbell thermostat or refrigerator, each connection adds another point of vulnerability. Think carefully about what is truly necessary and keep the network as simple as possible. If you need a timer in the kitchen, a classic oven timer, or a simple clock can do the job without ever listening in. And if you just want to hear music, a radio or Bluetooth speaker still works beautifully without storing a single word you say. Finally, remember to keep your device updated. Just like your phone or computer, these assistants receive software patches that fix security gaps. Taking a few minutes every month to check for updates can make a meaningful difference in keeping your home safe. Your home should be a place of peace, not a place where you wonder who might be listening. By muting microphones, clearing histories, limiting connections, and using traditional tools when possible, you can hold on to both convenience and privacy. With a few mindful steps, you can continue enjoying the songs, reminders, and calls that bring joy while protecting the sanctuary of your daily life. That balance is possible and it is within your reach. Online searches. The private questions you never knew were being sold. For many seniors across America, searching online has become a daily habit. Whether it is looking up medication, side effects, exploring financial advice for retirement, or finding tips to ease arthritis pain. In the comfort of your own home, it feels like a private moment, just you and the computer screen, quietly asking questions you might not share with anyone else. Yet, the reality is that every single search is tracked, stored, and analyzed, building a profile about you that can be surprisingly detailed and incredibly valuable to others. Search engines do not just record what you type, they also watch how long you hover over a link, how far you scroll, and even which words you delete and retype. Over time, this information reveals your health concerns, financial status, and even your emotional state. For seniors, those profiles can be especially risky because they make you a target for misleading advertisements and scams that seem tailored to your exact situation. The Federal Trade Commission has reported that older adults are frequently singled out by schemes fueled by online data. Imagine searching for memory loss remedies only to be flooded with ads for miracle supplements that have no scientific backing. Or consider looking up safe retirement investments and then receiving invitations to fraudulent financial programs designed to drain your savings. These ads often look professional and convincing, and they prey on the trust of people who are simply searching for guidance. The emotional toll of this hidden surveillance is just as real as the financial one. What feels like a private question, typed out late at night when you cannot sleep, can suddenly become the source of targeted marketing that reminds you of your vulnerability. For seniors already facing health challenges or financial uncertainty, that sense of being watched can make life feel smaller, as though privacy is slipping away piece by piece. Fortunately, there are ways to take back control. One of the simplest changes is to switch to a privacy-focused search engine such as DuckDuckGo or StartPage. These services do not store your searches or create a personal profile, which means your questions stay between you and your screen. It may take a little adjustment if you are used to Google, but for everyday searches, the results are often just as helpful. Another step is to clear your search history regularly. On Google, you can go to the My Activity page in your account settings and delete recent searches or even set the system to automatically erase them every 3 months. This limits how much of your past can be used to predict your future. Incognito or private browsing mode can also reduce local tracking, though it is important to understand that it does not make you invisible online. Your internet provider and the search engine itself may still see what you're doing. Be cautious with advertisements at the top of search results. They often appear similar to regular links, but they may lead to questionable websites. For health concerns, stick with trusted sources like the Mayo Clinic or the National Institutes of Health. For financial questions, check with AARP or government resources before considering any private offers. If you want an added layer of protection, a virtual private network, often called a VPN, can mask your IP address, making it harder for companies to link searches directly to your location. Services like NordVPN or ProtonVPN are user-friendly and can give you peace of mind, though they may require a small monthly fee. The important thing to remember is that you are not powerless. With a few careful habits, switching search engines, clearing history, avoiding suspicious ads, you can keep your private questions truly private. Your curiosity and need for information are natural, and you deserve to explore them without fear of being tricked or exposed. Protecting your privacy online is not about giving up technology, it is about using it wisely. And with each smart choice, you preserve both your independence and your peace of mind. Checklist simple steps seniors can take. Right now, protecting your privacy may sound like a complicated job, but in reality, it often comes down to a handful of small habits. Think of it the same way. You think about managing your health. Daily choices, repeated over time, make the biggest difference. These steps are easy to follow, and you do not need to be a technology expert to succeed. Start with your television. Go into the settings menu, turn off data collection features, and place a piece of tape over the camera if your model has one. Move on to your phone. Review app permissions, turn off access that makes no sense, and delete apps you no longer use. These quick adjustments take minutes, but reduce how much of your life gets tracked. When you are out in public, be aware of the cameras around you. You cannot remove them, but you can protect yourself by avoiding sharing personal details like your address or phone number in spaces where cameras or microphones may be nearby. At home, remember your smart assistant. Get in the habit of muting the microphone when it is not in use and delete your voice history from time to time. Finally, when you search online, choose private tools like DuckDuckGo or StartPage and be cautious about clicking on sponsored ads. Add in a few extra layers of security, regularly updating your software, changing your passwords, and using two-factor authentication for important accounts. Each of these habits is simple, and together they create a strong shield. You are never too old to take control of your privacy, and with steady steps, you can protect both your peace of mind and your independence. As we wrap up today's conversation, I hope you take away a simple but powerful reminder. You have more control over your privacy and peace of mind than you might realize. Small, steady steps like adjusting your devices, being cautious online, or asking questions in public spaces can make a real difference in how safe and confident you feel every day. And of course, if you are ever facing health issues or notice concerning symptoms, the best step you can take is to talk directly with your doctor for guidance that fits your unique situation. I would love to hear from you. Share one lesson you found most helpful or simply type the word hope in the comments below so we know you are with us. And if you enjoyed this video, please subscribe to the channel, turn on the notification bell, and share it with a friend or loved one who might benefit from these tips. These tips are shared for general awareness. If you're facing any health challenges, be sure to check with your doctor before trying anything new. Thank you for spending this time with me. May your days ahead be filled with calm mornings, gentle evenings, and the comfort of knowing you are in control of your own well-being.